Hi, I'm Catrina with IdeateTV, and I'm here with Diane and Hanna. They are, well, she's the founder and you are a poet for Get Lit. It's a non-profit teen literacy program, and we'd love to hear more about it. So Diane, could you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, thank you. We have been coming to the Festival of Books for, I think this is our 12th year. And so we are a teen literacy program. We have an original curriculum that's in over 100 schools throughout the state of California. We heavily serve Los Angeles County. And at the Festival of Books, we meet a lot of teachers and schools and parents, and we have summer camp programs and Saturday classes that are free. And we invite young people to come and get involved in our work.
Wonderful. How did you get started?
I started with an original curriculum that I created in 3 schools. One of them was Fairfax High School with a teacher that just left, and it just kind of grew. Our poets like Hanna were such master performers. It's a line to content to standards in schools, so it's really has spread like wildfire throughout schools. But then our poets, they travel and they perform, and they've opened for John Legend and been at the White House and the Kennedy Center. They're UN ambassadors. They've gone on and done such amazing things that it's helped it to really, really, really grow.
Wow, that's amazing. So when you first created it, what was your purpose? What was your passion in making this start?
Yeah, well, I love poems, I love books, and the impact that books and that poets and authors have had on my life is so enormous. And I was trained early on to memorize those words and perform them, and to write my own poems and pieces that I performed as well. But I found the work in my early 20s, and I thought if I had had that work in high school, it would have like changed everything. So I toured with this poet, Jimmy Santiago Baca, who's a really incredible poet, and by touring with him, I met university professors and colleges, and we worked in detention centers, and I met a lot of kids and teachers and said, if I brought a program like I was imagining into your school, would it be helpful? They said yes, we tried it out, and then the rest is history.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you've built such a strong foundation and something that's great for kids and teens, so that's amazing.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing. Can I grab this thing?
Of course.
This is the Classic Slam, and 60 of the schools that I just mentioned come in over 3 days. It's 5,000 people attend this festival, the Classic Slam. So you can get tickets at classicslam.org or getlit.org. It's free for young people. We just say come, and it will sell out. It's the hottest poets from the nation fly in, and all of our schools compete. Thousands of dollars worth of scholarships. Very exciting.
Wow, yeah. So it's very beneficial for the kids, you know?
Yeah, and it's like game changer for the community. And you get to hear their stories. And they come up from San Diego, from the Central Valley, from all kinds of kids. It's amazing.
That's incredible. Well, congratulations on that, and thank you for telling us more about Get Lit. So Hanna, as a poet and as a teacher, can you just describe to us your perspective, how you got started, and what made you want to be a part of this?
Yeah, I got started as a young person in the program. So I started with the free Saturday classes, just coming every week because I was one of those young people that was just like so hungry to be creating something and to be doing something. And I just took off. I've always been a performer, I've always been a writer, and to find that like beautiful synthesis, and then to be able to take that art form and engage it in communities and use it to uplift varying communities, I found to be like, it was like the penultimate of everything that I wanted to do. So I continued working in the program. It was phenomenal. I started teaching, I had been teaching at other organizations, then I started teaching at Get Lit just because I believed in the curriculum, and I still believe in the curriculum so deeply, the way that we're able to elevate a young person's voice and empower them to be on the same level or playing field as a classic author. So they believe like we're really in conversation. It's not like here's this classic author and then here's me, like a high school student. Like it's really you and Maya Angelou, and your work is in that kind of same canon, and that empowerment and the way that that's able to have young people engage in their communities just through that simple act. Like I literally am getting goosebumps talking about it. It's gorgeous, and so I'm very, very committed to this work, and I've just loved it a lot.
Wonderful. So how long have you been involved, as a starting poet, and then now you're a teacher? How long did that take for you to become a teacher?
Well, starting as a poet in general, I started writing and performing spoken word when I was 13 in Texas, and then I moved out to LA, which is very different than being in Texas. So I was working probably for almost 9 years. I was working for like 8-9 years until I really started coaching and teaching. And I had started training up in different educational programs and running workshops at different organizations when I was like 16. So overall, probably like 9 years of work of writing and then development and learning what I needed to learn, that I felt like I had the tools to pass that on.
That's great. Yeah, and I mean, you can definitely feel the passion when you're talking about this. It's great that you have a program where, you know, kids and teens can like express themselves, and there's a purpose. You know, it's not just it's not like surface area things that they're talking about. It's literally like, you know, something like deep seated. So I think that's great that you started that.
When young people come to class, it's free on Saturdays. They get to work with Hanna. So they like come from far and wide to be with her. And I just want to also brag about Hanna that she opened the Women's March, you know, in Los Angeles, performing for hundreds of thousands of people.
Amazing.
She is like the voice of so many people and has represented our city, I think, so well. We're glad we got her from Texas.
I'm glad you did too. Well, yeah. Well, thank you both for sharing with us everything about Get Lit, and it's just amazing. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Okay, it was good meeting you.
Good to meet you.
I'm Catrina Demonteverde with IdeateTV.